What's up, y'all? This is Brian Mazik, aka Franchise Play, coming to you with another episode of the My League Going Home series. I'm doing the My League. It's going to be just a one season thing for this particular one. I'm saving my franchise joint for the ultimate roster that I'm creating. Y'all might have seen the first two episodes of that. Some more of that is coming up a little bit later this week. But this is the Going Home series where I'm putting all of the players with the teams from their hometown, or as it turns out, the closest thing to it. And I had an omission in the first episode. I just showed you the Bulls. Forgot this guy right here. Had to put him in there. Jabari Park was supposed to be there, so he is there now. Bulls looking pretty good, man. Look at that lineup. Look at that lineup. Bulls looking pretty good. Oh, let's look at. So we're going to look at the 76ers, Philly representing, Milwaukee representing, kind of, sort of. We'll talk about that. In Cleveland representing, or Ohio representing, kind of, sort of. So let's look at the Sixers first. Hey, Lowry, Kobe, Tyreek Evans, the Morris twins, Dion Waiters, MKG, Jameer Nelson, DeJuan Blair, John Salmons, William Ellington, and LaVoy Allen, Rasul Butler, Brandon Davies. So, who's next? Now let's talk about Milwaukee. There wasn't actually enough guys from Wisconsin in the NBA currently, so I had to dip into the neighboring states, which meant I had to go with Iowa and Minnesota. So you might be looking like, well, Minnesota, they got the Timberwolves. What you going to do for the Timberwolves? Well, there's only 5 guys from Minnesota, so it's not going to be able to be enough to fill out that whole Minnesota team. So Minnesota ain't going to be represented in the league. Now, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do what I'm going to do with Minnesota in the league. I might replace them, check it out, with a international squad, maybe from Germany or something like that. I got to see how many, in terms of the international, the different countries, who is the most represented. Could I make a whole team out of that? So you might have an international squad. I may have more than one international squad, because I may have to give like a squad for the continent of Africa and represent with like Serge Ibaka and those guys or whatever. So we'll see what I'm gonna do with that. But that's what we're doing with the Bucks. So Heinrich's from Iowa, Harris is from Wisconsin, Barnes is from Iowa, Landry's from Wisconsin, Cole Aldridge is from Minnesota, Butler's from Wisconsin, Walters is from Minnesota, Collison's from Iowa, Humphries is from Minnesota, Anderson's from Minnesota, Garrett is from Wisconsin, Lure is from, I think, Minnesota, Tony Mitchell's Wisconsin. So it's real scattered out. So this is from 3 different states, and they ain't looking good anyway. They are looking real bad. Highest rated player on the team is Heinrich and Barnes and Butler. Wow, that ain't pretty. So let's look at this next team, and it is the Cavs. Now, you might be looking like, Rajon Rondo is not from Ohio. No, he's not. But there wasn't enough guys from Ohio, so I had to dip into the neighboring states again. West Virginia, which is where O.J. Mayo came from, and then Kentucky, which is where Rajon Rondo came from. And then we got Kevin Martin, Ohio, of course. LeBron James, of course. Jared Sullinger, Costa Kufus, Trey Burke, Norris Cole, Brian Roberts, C.J. McCollum, Shane Larkin, Darius Miller from Kentucky, Luke Babbitt. So they don't have a lot of size. A lot of point guards. Got 488 point guards, but that's what it is. That's going to be kind of the whole cool thing about this series, is just seeing like these little miniature type of lineups that are out there, and maybe all big men line, whatever. That's what it's going to be. So y'all stay tuned for the next episodes of this. I'm going to go into, I think it's with the Celtics, the Clippers, and the Grizzlies next. It's going to be interesting how I have to do California. California is such a big state, obviously. We got to divide that some sort of way. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Lakers and then the Clippers. I don't know. Maybe I'll do like Northern California against Southern California. Even, I mean, they both in the same area, but I don't know. I got to figure out how I'm going to do that, because we don't know. I don't know. I can't even tell you. I'm guessing right about now what I'm going to do with that. But at any rate, that's this episode for Going Home. I'm trying to wrap this up real quick so we can actually get into this gameplay on this My League series. I got a cool way to go through these. It's a My League my whole MyLeague thing. Every time I do a MyLeague series, I got a cool way to do it. I think y'all might dig it. Stay tuned for it as I come through with more and more episodes of this. Should have maybe one more of these coming later this week. And then, of course, I'm going to keep doing the other stuff that I'm doing. Y'all subscribe.